Our sponsors as well for the club this season. Enjoy the game and let's get...
The fourth time is the charm, as after a hat-trick of postponements, the meeting Rushden and Diamonds and Coventry Sphinx is finally cleared for kick-off. The last clash between these two sides ended in a scoreless evening here at Hayden Road back in February of last year. Both sides will be hoping for a more successful and entertaining afternoon of football today. Rushden's early season form seems to have put their relegation fears to bed, but a sizable dip in form has dragged the Diamonds back into the fight. Meanwhile, the Sky Blue and Whites are on the recovery trail following a trip to Corby on Saturday, which can only be described as best forgotten. Can the Sky Blue and Whites rediscover that winning formula, or is it Rushden's time to end a winless streak stretching back to the 9th of November? There's only one way to find out, with in-depth coverage of this pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands ties, sponsored by Cahill Contractors, and commentary coming from Liam Cook. Coventry Sphinx make a alteration from Saturday's defeat at Steel Park. Jordan Hayward has pushed into a higher pace front three in place of Alex Locke, allowing Finley Shorrock to return at left wing back. Captain Callum Woodward and Sphinx veteran Jack Downs continue their long-term midfield partnership. Patrick Zito is unavailable due to illness. Rushden manager Michael Harriman has been on the search for the missing pieces to the Diamonds puzzle lately. Two new recruits were confirmed just this morning, with teenage pair Marcel Gazinski and Isaac Olele signed on work experience loans from League Two side Milton Keynes Dons. They both take spots on the bench. One change to Saturday's team, with Tarek Dallas replaced by Ethan Johnson. Former Sphinx favourites Callum Ballinger and Jamal Adams are both primed to make an impact against their old club. Your referee tonight is Carl. Well, welcome one and all to a hotly anticipated game here at Hayden Road, and it's been anticipated for a good old while. It's the fourth time that we've attempted to play the meeting between Coventry Sphinx and AFC Rushden and Diamonds, and I'm thrilled to say that finally we are cleared for kickoff. Let's get into the starting lineup, starting with our hosts of AFC Rushden and Diamonds, starting with the Diamonds tonight. Number 17, Ben Heath. Number 2, David Adigbola. Number 3, Blur McNeil. 4, Tejan Thomas. 5, Charlie Green. 6, Calvin Green. 7, Aidan Webster. 8, Callum Ballinger. 9, Jamal Adams. 10, Aidan Webster. And 11, Cairo Taylor. And for Coventry Sphinx this afternoon, just the one change from the Sky Blue and White 4-0 defeat at Corby Town on Saturday. Charlie Woods starts in goal. In the back three will be Jamie Draper, Lewis Guest and Kyle Burke. Winged Finley Shorrock. The midfield two, as always, Callum Woodward and Jack Downs. In the front three, Jordan Hayward, Kyle Carey, and leading the line, Harry Wakefield. Coventry Sphinx kicking from left to right in their usual, in their change strip, I should say, of the red hoops and navy with the red shorts and red socks, and AFC Rushden and Diamonds in their traditional colours of white, red and blue. Free kick for Coventry Sphinx coming in from the left-hand side. Callum Woodward primed to take it for the Sky Blue and Whites. As we tick into the second minute. It's Woodward in towards Guest. He'd not with the most convincing of clearances, but scrambled to this near side. Jack Downs covered off it, looking for a route around Aidan Webster. And Webster lunges in and makes the block. Corner kick to Coventry Sphinx. Finley Shorrock returning to the starting lineup tonight. At left wing back, Jordan Hayward pushing further upfield into the front three. It is going to be Shorrock to take this early corner kick. Woodward at the near post and nearly went all the way. Diverted off the line by the Diamonds defender. And the free kick given as Joe Percy was a bit too handsy with Cairo Taylor. It looks to me as if it was the number 7, Aidan Webster, who got the ball off the line. There is Webster. Free kick in favour of Webster. A bit of a swing from Finley Shorrock. He tried to blast the ball clear, but got man rather than ball. On the right-hand side of the Sphinx danger zone. Well, it's mainly Champions League action tonight, but so we will keep you up to date what's going on around the non-league grounds where we can. Of course, at Ewood Park as Coventry City take on Blackburn Rovers. Free kick from the right-hand side. Woods comes for it, and it's fired away towards the midfield. Target there from Ballinger was Cairo Taylor, but Sphinx marching on down the left-hand side. Jordan Hayward skips over the side of Adegbola, but the new right back on his home debut takes the ball over the white line, deep into Diamonds territory for the throw-in. Sphinx tried to take it slightly out of position there, Finley Sharrock, and for the second time, referee asking Sharrock to take it in the correct position. Head straight out by Tejan Thomas, and another throw. Here's Carey, hassled and harried by his old mate Callum Ballinger. Ballinger with a lunge in, got enough of the ball for the referee's liking as Carey was brought to his knees. Ballinger rolls it left to another Sky Blues man, Jamal Adams, top scorer with 9 goals this season. Whips it in, no one home for AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Easy gather for Sharrock. Striding along the left-hand side, covered up by Webster, switches the play, and clearly handball there against Jordan Hayward, but the referee says no, and Joe Percy making a block with his head. From the intended clearance from Blue McNeil, that's as Wakefield chased it. He was in an offside position when the ball was somewhat painfully played off Percy's face. And the physio called over just to check on Joe. The game will tell you that having a ball in the face at any time is not a pleasant experience, but on a cold night like this, it hurts tenfold. Let's have a look through the final scores in the Champions League tonight. Atalanta 5-0 victors at home to Sturm Graz, and heartbreaking news from the French Riviera as Aston Villa lost 1-0 at Monaco. Elsewhere, Atletico Madrid versus Bayer Leverkusen. Barcelona are away at Benfica. Bologna host Borussia Dortmund. Club Brugge versus the old lady of Juventus. Liverpool at home to Lille, I should say. Lille in our league. And as we told you, Blackburn Rovers versus Coventry City. That has already kicked off. 9 minutes gone there and still scoreless. As Joe see, it actually looks like it's the knee more than the whack to the face to the problem. And he is gingerly back on his feet, but Percy may need a while to run this one off. And Sphinx's defensive options aren't all that impressive on the bench. In fact, they don't have any. Patrick Zito was set to be on the bench today, but pulled out late due to illness. Substitutes for Sphinx: Alex Locke, Idris Hosseini, Luke Shearer, and Rowan Nui. And if Sphinx were forced into a change, the logical thing to do would be to push Jordan Hayward further back to right wing back and put in another attacker. Adams trying to shield the ball on this near side. Forced back towards the halfway line by Draper. McNeil. Depart towards Taylor. Towering header by Guest, who is opposite number 5 in Charlie Green. Given away cheaply to Harry Wakefield. Hayward out tricking himself, and Carey thought he was onside. Well, usually when you've got that much room, there's a very good reason for it. Would playing it over the back line, but Carey had strayed past the last man. Sharrock was being held there by Taylor as he nodded it back towards his own penalty area, but Rushden regained the ball momentarily as Downs looks to get some distance on it. Thomas brings it back. Cairo Taylor makes the run into the right-hand corner, covered off by Kyle Burke. And Burke doing enough to let the ball run free to Finley Sharrock. Wakefield pirouetted away from Charlie Green and gets the throw and takes it quickly towards Jordan Hayward. Calvin Green making a menace of himself. Wakefield tries to run through and take the ball with him, but couldn't quite achieve it. And as Adegbola and Hayward went toe-to-toe, the final toe that hit the ball was that of Jordan Hayward. Throwing in front of the now disused stand here at Hayden Road, home of Rushden and Higham United. And foul throw given against David Adegbola. And Sphinx are going to make use of the overturn of the throw. Shark plays a 1-2 with Jack Downs. Woodward to dink it into the middle, but no one home, and it's Ballinger who gets it as far as Kyle Burke on the halfway line. Woodward charged out by Webster. But Rushden can't end the danger, and will it cost them now? Kyle Carey, Wakefield's waiting in the middle, hits the sternum of Charlie Green. The second's collected by Sphinx's top scorer on 10 goals this season, leaping away from Aidan Webster. Great skill on show from Carey. The cross did not match that skill. An easy gather on the bounce of the near post by Ben Heath. 8 minutes gone in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. It's AFC Rushden and Diamonds 0, Coventry Sphinx 0. Even contest so far, no real opportunities. Ballinger heads on to Jamal Adams. And Connor setting himself, deflected into the advertising boards behind the goal. Shark closing down the Rushden number 11 and closing the shooting space. Is unable to continue, so Coventry Sphinx are going to be forced into an early change, and Luke Shearer will be drafted in. Former Racer Club Warwick man, Boldmere, amongst his other clubs. This would be by far and away his longest appearance for Coventry Sphinx. He's only played bit-part roles so far in his 3 games played for the Sphinx at this point. Part roles so far in his 3 games played for the Sphinx at this point. Will it still be scoreless when he makes his way onto the pitch? It's Green who whips it in from the right. Thomas has net. It's opposite number 4 in Jack Downs who whips it clear, but Rushden are coming back for more with Jamal Adams. Overlap run being made by Blue McNeil. Rolls it across. And, well, that would have been a conversion in the game of rugby, but it's not going to fly here. And as expected, it is Joe Percy who cannot continue. A real blow for Coventry Sphinx, their player of the year from last season. So it will be a relatively simple change, you would assume, as Percy didn't re-enter the field of play after that injury. We felt it was the ball to the face which caused the problems, but it seemed to be an issue with the right knee of Joe Percy. So Jordan Hayward will fill in at right wing back, and Luke Shearer is going to firm up that front attacking trio, a new partnership we've not seen before. Shearer, Carey and Wakefield. Well, let's see if it pays dividends. Sphinx making their first change after 10 minutes. Woods towards that centre circle, leaping header by Charlie Green. Seconds headed on by Burke through the centre circle to Finley Shorrock. Shearer making himself available. Comes off the hip of Shearer, allowing Adigbola to bring it back, and a crunching challenge in from Finley Shorrock. Flies out for the throw on the halfway line to AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Diamonds managed by former EFL journeyman Michael Harriman. Ended his playing career with the Diamonds before taking the hot seats here at Hayden. It has been a much improved campaign from that of last year. Finished 19th of 20 and were only saved at the 11th hour of the season. We've looked for Dynamo resigning from the league and allowing Dynamo to stay. Taylor going to trick his way into the box, stays it off for Jamal Adams, hits Shark in the head. Led up to Adigbola, blocked out of mid-air as Aidan Webster thought he had rubber-stamped the opening goal of the AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Charlie Woods pulls another rabbit out of the hat with an absolute pearler of a parry. Well, for any other goalkeeper, you'd be surprised, but he's been just pulling these out of his pocket every week. Case in point, the save he made on New Year's Day against Bedworth. What an emphatic save that was from the former core numbers. Will it all be for nothing? No, it's not. Headed away at the near post by Sharrock. Here's Calvin Green. And the second cross, not really what Rushden wanted, but they'll get it back with McNeil as Draper couldn't finish the job. Draper nods out the second attempt. Can't go and get over that incredible save. Ballinger, the former Sky Blue. Woods comes forward, but it's off the head of Kyle Burke. Collected on the left side by Jordan Hayward. Looks to play Shearer through. Can he get it before it trickles over the line? No, he can't. Just shy of the halfway line. It will be a throw on the right side for AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Coming up to the 14-minute mark. It is still scoreless, but don't ask me how. After another piece of perfect goalkeeping from Charlie Woods. Any potential suitors hands off. Was that a handball by Jack Downs? They had the arm up. There seemed to be contact. Referee says nothing doing it. It's thumped upfield for Harry Wakefield. Doesn't see the flag. He does now. Wakefield said it was marginal. It looked like red just crossed white. You won't have any of those silly VAR lines here. It's down to the human eye. Free kick brought back to the Sphinx by Jordan Hayward after a bit of scramble in the edge of the area. His clearance brought down by Blue McNeil, and McNeil knew as soon as that left his boot, it was going straight to a Sphinx man. It's his opposite number 3 of Finley Shark, but crucial header to keep it away from Shearer by McNeil. The second's collected by Kyle Carey. Carey going for glory, hits the netting behind the goal. He does count as Sphinx's first direct effort of the match. After 15 minutes, still scoreless. It's also still scoreless at Ewood Park, Blackburn 0, Coventry City 0. And we try and get there's only one game happening alongside this one tonight. That's Anstey versus Kozel. And it is still 0-0 in that one as well. Draper nods. That's hopeful ball over the back line to his goalkeeper, Charlie Woods. And Woods, with a grateful gallop within his white lines. More height than distance. And another reminder that it's always a good idea to wear a helmet in the stands, as my Rushden counterpart there heads the ball back to McNeil. Rather him than me. And the throw from McNeil got some plenty of distance on it, but headed straight out by Jamie Draper. But Rushden a lot closer to Woods' goal than they were, about 5 yards into Sphinx territory now. Into the box it goes with a swift header away by Guest. Woodward sticks his laces through that one. It should be a ball for Charlie Green, but Wakefield's going to make him think about it. Hooked along the right, only as far as Shorrock. Here's Shearer playing more centrally at his introduction. Jack Downs. Jordan Hayward. Covered up by Webster. Down line to Downs again. Rushden trying to keep the Sphinx midfield in front of them, and the pass from Jack Downs blocked up. I think it was Callum Ballinger who made the block. The throw nodded across to Charlie Green. Hit and hope ball really from Green. And easy pickings for Burke, but as Burke tries to make some inroads, he's dispossessed from behind by Cairo Taylor, and Taylor carried all the way by the Sphinx defenders Shorrock and Burke, and he's done enough to get the corner. There's a bag of tricks again. Rushden, it's nodded up at the near post by Woodward. Jordan Hayward. Shearer catches it between his feet as holds the play up, waiting for the Sphinx backup to arrive. Awkward stumble by Adegbola, nearly allowed Carl Carey to latch onto a very promising position. Handball claims against Shark as it bounced onto his shoulder as McNeil tried to bring it down, but McNeil curling it towards the right-hand side for the run of Aidan Webster. into touch it goes, halfway into Sphinx line, still scoreless after 18 minutes. Shearer nods on the throw. Adegbola with the interception on Finney Shorrock. Crossfield to Jamal Adams into the centre circle with McNeil. McNeil looks for Adams. Doesn't reach him thanks to the head of his old teammate Jamie Draper, but flicked away from Hayward. Skips past Kyle Carey. Crossfield ball to David Adegbola. Heath. Can he take the ball past Burke? Yes, he can. Webster. Chance for Taylor now. Several Sphinx shirts in front of him and he couldn't find a way through. Blasted back into the danger zone by Charlie Green. And the offside flag raised, I believe, against Hayden Webster. Very even contest so far between AFC Rushden and Diamonds and Coventry Sphinx, but it is Rushden who are starting to take the initiative. Thomas misses with the header from the goal kick. The seconds fall to the feet of Calvin Green. Bounces over that white line, the left-hand side, looking for the run of Jamal Adams to craft another counter. And there's been an early goal in the Champions League. Benfica 1-0 up at home to Barcelona. Throw towards Jordan Hayward, just kept in. Wakefield was he dragged down from behind by Green. Referee says nothing doing. Shearer struggling to get going with the ball caught between his feet. Thomas to get some traction himself, but stopped by the slide of captain Callum Woodward, and a throw in about 5 yards into Rushden territory for the Diamonds. McNeil. Adams the target. Dispossessed from behind by the header of Draper, who's kept him quiet so far. McNeil into the danger zone. Adams up for it. Burke is the better of him mid-air. McNeil, Woods calls for it all the way. It was heading wide anyway, but Woods wants to kickstart the counter sharpish. And now racing upfield, it's Finney Shorrock. Followed all the way by Ballinger. Two very good friends in football. A little shoulder barge from Ballinger takes Shorrock off the ball. Adegbola. Wakefield runs through Adegbola as he clears the ball. Referee waves away protest. Down to the centre circle, all the way back to Woods. Down the centre it goes. Webster. Off the back of Callum Woodward. Ballinger punts it to the left. No one home for AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Webster now closing in on it, and Draper just shepherds it into touch halfway into away territory. Coming up to the halfway point of this first half. Thank you very much for joining us as always. Hit that like button if you are enjoying this evening's coverage. Thomas. That's with Cairo Taylor. Through ball into the box, but it's not the best of there for AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Deflected wide, and there's been a goal at the other game in our league, a 1-0 lead over Kozel. Rushden urged to put pressure on Charlie Woods. Ballinger. Lewis Guest first to claim it mid-air. Carey. Ethan Johnston quells the attack momentarily, but the seconds picked up by Carey. Looping ball over to Harry Wakefield. All on his own. He's going to need some help here. Shearer's on the left. as is Jordan Hayward. Back into Wakefield. Tight angle. Harry Wakefield drives it across the face of goal, and Downs just arriving a second too late to turn home the seconds. Sphinx's best opportunity of the game so far. 3.5 minutes. Let's have a look through some goals in the Championship. As we said, still 0-0 at Ewood Park between Blackburn and Coventry City. Oxford 2-1 down at home to Luton Town side under new management. Swansea beating second place Sheffield United by 1-0. Preston won up at a Watford side who have very much enjoyed their home football this season, and Millwall leading Cardiff at the Den 1-0. And a little shove in the back on Lewis Guest from Jamal Adams. There's also a free kick on the halfway line directly after the goal kick from Ben Heath. Callum Woodward just into his own half of the field. Gets the go ahead from Mr. Donaghy, the referee. Straight down the skewer of the par, and no one there. Heath. Poor AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Here's Jamal Adams taking on Draper. It was a hopeful cross. I think he was hoping for the corner rather than an opportunity, and it is deflected behind by Draper. Corner kick to the Diamonds. Well, AFC Rushden and Diamonds formed back in 2011. Diamonds were liquidated and expelled from the Football League. They played their first seasons at Windward Town's Dog and Duck Ground before moving here to Hayden Road in 2016. They had hoped to return to the Dog and Duck Ground for this season, but Hayden Road remains home. Easy dealt with the near post, that corner by Jack Downs. And here's Shearer trying to get that pace. But couldn't find a route around McNeil, covered him off well. He dug out. McNeil. Here's Jamal Adams. Low into the area and swung relatively clear by Guest. Back in by Jamal Adams, and another volley this time further upfield by Lewis Guest. Stabbed into the ground by Wakefield. Felt it was held there by Calvin Green. May have a point, the referee doesn't agree. Into the chest of Callum Woodward from McNeil. Handball claims ignored by the referee. Carey racing down the right-hand side. Ballinger, has he took it over the line with that tackle? No, he hasn't. Clears along the touchline. Callum Woodward forced back to the halfway line by McNeil. Here's Jack Downs. Hayward, quick football, keeping the ball alive for Coventry Sphinx, but one challenge takes him into a Johnston, into the standing body of Blue McNeil. And Coventry Sphinx have the free kick, about 8 yards into Rushden turf, just in from the right. Rushden with the better of the chances. Coventry Sphinx will feel they only need one. Webster's header. And Kyle Carey picking up the loose ball. Look for the through pass to Jordan Hayward in the area, but the run wasn't made. Ben Heath with the gather. If you're wondering why Heath is wearing the number 17 rather than the number 1 shirt, was actually retired by the original Rushden and Diamonds in 2010 in honour of goalkeeper Dale Roberts, who sadly passed away a part of the club. And ever since, the number 17 shirt has been that of the goalkeeper, despite a controversial appeal by the Southern Premier League some years ago, insisting that Rushden had to have a number 1. Thankfully, that is a battle that they won. Rushden, that is. McNeil. Hayward, and for a moment he didn't know where the ball was, then realised it was right at his feet, but jockeying for position with McNeil takes him over the line in front of Sean Thomas and John Woodward, the joint Coventry Sphinx managers. Going down line to Jimmy Draper doing the necessaries. Woodward with a kung fu-like tackle, keeping it away from Ballinger. And Wakefield wins that battle of strength with Charlie Green, now taking on Calvin Green, and Green says see you goodbye to that ball, sticking his laces through it into next door's garden at the expense of a corner. But he has to ask himself, how worse could it have been if he didn't get there first? With Wakefield in the mood for scoring. It's going to be Callum Woodward standing over it for the sky blue and white in their red and navy away strip. Shearer's way to get the far post, and it reaches Shearer through Heath, and then a save from Heath takes it to the path of Harry Wakefield, who turns home the rebound. Shearer gets his plaudits. It was his strike, which Heath kept out so well. And Rushden unlucky that it fell to the feet of probably the most clinical player on their team, Harry Wakefield, for an unguarded net. Sphinx may find themselves lucky to be still level after that incredible Charlie Woods, and that save looks even more important now as Harry Wakefield puts the sky blue and white in front on half an hour. Sphinx looking for their third victory in 4. AFC Rushden and Diamonds haven't remember after a strong start to the season. They are now starting to be dragged into that relegation dogfight, a position they vowed they would not find themselves in again. Adegbola launching in from the right-hand side to over the head of Cairo Taylor. It should have been an easy one, but swapping across him was Aidan Webster, crucially before Draper made contact, so he goes out for a Coventry throw rather than a Rushden one. There goes the throw-up line. Webster getting his bounce on that one. Woodward sends it high into the sky along the right touchline. Carey up for it. Here's the back of Kyle Carey there, after initially being won by Green. Shearer with a late one, a late little shoulder in on Charlie Green, and the referee eventually calls it back as he thumped it up Lemons to get back on the front foot, and it is going to be Calvin Green to take this one and now urge to think about it rather than take a quick one. 8 yards into his own half of the field. Calvin Green, nodded clear by Burke, and a little bundle on Kyle Carey. Too much from Tejan Thomas. And Sphinx had the throw-in in the centre of the park. Burke. Just send it over Adegbola. And, well, no doubt the shot was going for the ball, but he got more of the home debutant in David Adegbola, both leaping up for it, and it was the right back who came off worse. Both teams, of course, Coventry Sphinx already made a change with Luke Shearer being drafted on in place of the injured Joe Percy. Elsewhere on the bench, it's Alex Locke, Idris Fasani and Rowan Nui, while for AFC Rushden and Diamonds, they have a full collection of subs, only having 3 on Saturday. Those being Joe Malkin, Fraser Corden, Tarek Dallas, who was the only player dropped from Saturday's game, as well as MK Don's youth pair, Isaac Olele and And we're back for the second half here at Hayden Road. The pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands tie between AFC Rushden and Diamonds and Coventry Sphinx just about to get back underway. No changes from what we can see at half-time. So it's as you were. Of course, remember that Coventry Sphinx made that change in the opening minutes due to a knee injury to last year's player of the season, Joe Percy. He was withdrawn with forward Luke Shearer brought on in his place and Jordan Hayward slotting into a more defensive left-back role. And it could be a quick-fast start for Coventry Sphinx here. Harry Wakefield just being able to avoid the trip of McNeil on the fringe of the area. Tries to play it back down lines, he recovers. But Jordan Hayward couldn't get there in time. And also we have done a little bit of recon as to what that rather strange delay was in as Callum Ballinger there was playing a little bit of piggyback with Jordan Hayward. So we have now had it confirmed to us that a fan has been ejected after homophobic abuse aimed towards the linesman. So the fan has now been removed, and I want to commend both the referee and the AFC Rushden and Diamonds staff for dealing with that one very quickly. Throw in to AFC Rushden and Diamonds just into the Sphinx half. And remember, Coventry Sphinx are now playing uphill in this second half. A bit of a gradient at Hayden Road. Nothing compared to what we've seen at previous grounds, including the Victoria ground, the home of Bromsgrove. Kyle Carey taken out by a lunge by Thomas in the midfield. Look to slot it down the right-hand side for Cairo Taylor and Charlie Woods with a comfortable gather between the white lines of his penalty area. Taylor playing it off the deck as some of the Rushden favour have made their way behind Woods' goal now. Calvin Green's header from the kick from Woods. Woodward plays it on, it bounces harmlessly towards Ben Heath. Guest. His header from Heath's kick. Flicked on by Carey. Green. Sixes later through that one towards the area. Adams was the target. Draper deals with it momentarily. Next with Heath. Pulled back from Jamal Adams. Heath looking for the space to shoot. Now Adegbola. Sphinx putting everyone in front of this one. David Adegbola skips to the right and finds Cairo Taylor. Taylor's delivery and swung over the woodwork by Aidan Webster. Plenty of power behind that one, but couldn't keep it within the confines of Wood's net. Well, plenty of famous faces have played for the original Rushden and Diamonds over the years. But in terms of the new club, still some pretty famous faces, including Liam Dolman, currently at Northampton. Michael Harriman, of course, the manager now at AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Courtney Herbert, former Northampton striker. Chris Hope, Gillingham legend. Former Coventry City youngster Leon Lobjoit. Jay Williams now at Milton Keynes Dons. Chris Ray, who was on the bench for Tamworth in that famous FA Cup tie against Spurs. And probably the most famous of them all, Birmingham City and Cardiff legend Darren Pearce. Rushden have a throw, just knocking on the door of the penalty area after a deflected ball on this near side. And there's been another goal at Ewood Park. We'll let you know about that in a moment in the game between Blackburn and Coventry City. As Blair McNeil with the run-up, not a lot of space on this touchline to get some distance. So it's not across the net by Lewis Guest, and Woodward clears Sphinx's lines a bit more permanently, and that's a good chance for McNeil to play Thomas in for the cross, but he just trickled past the number 4. And let's confirm that goal now at Ewood Park. It's Blackburn Rovers 0, Coventry City 2, and a second goal in 2 games for want-away striker Brandon Thomas Asante. Ironically, Blackburn are one of the teams who want to sign him. I think the price tag has just gone up by a couple of zeros. Five minutes gone of the second half here at the ground affectionately known as Hayden Road, home of Rushden and Higham United, also AFC Rushden and Diamonds. It's still 1-0 Coventry Sphinx. Woodward with the chip ball to the left-hand side. Adegbola stretches for it, able to keep it in and play it down the right. Who got the final touch on that? It bounced off Cairo Taylor. Just in front of the lines when he had the perfect view. And Sphinx, halfway into their own turf, will have the throw-in. Burke, flicked on by Wakefield into the face of former Sphinx man Callum Ballinger. Does get the ball away now, but rolling to the goalkeeper in Ben Heath. It's not been the most action-packed of opening 50 minutes in the Northern Premier League Midlands, but there have been two key talking points. That emphatic save from Charlie Woods and the goal from Harry Wakefield. And Carl Carey's away here, racing down the left-hand side. Adegbola trying to cover him off. Two skillful players going head-to-head, and it's Carl Carey who's won that battle and skipping away from the challenge of Thomas. Whipped in from the left. Defender deals with only as far as Callum Woodward. So close to his opening goal of the season. Drilling it agonisingly wide of Heath's bottom post. Appeals to a free kick there. It looked to me as if Cairo Taylor just slipped in front of Finley Sharp. Referee decides against giving the ball to AFC Rushden and Diamonds. A game of head tears going on here. All right, trained Dolphins. Eventually brought under control by Carl Carey. Little push from behind by Tejan Thomas. And look at that pirouette out his old mate Callum Ballinger. Tangled legs with Thomas. Surely a Coventry Sphinx ball. And Callum Woodward there in the midst of it all. And surprisingly, David Adegbola going to get the ball, and Woodward preventing him from doing so. And there's rather angry reactions in front of us, and the linesmen now separating the two sets of coaches. Of course, both coaching teams are going to be backing their boys, right or wrong. Michael Harriman, the AFC Rushden and Diamonds manager, feeling that he was received a bit of a knock there from Callum Woodward as he tried to prevent Adegbola getting the ball. And Adegbola with the ball under his shirt, trying to clear it up. For a moment I thought he'd been eating one too many pies, but it is just the ball. I'm in no position to talk about anyone eating pies. So it will be Adegbola to finally get this throw taken towards Cairo Taylor. His header nodded into the box by Callum Ballinger, and a harmless gather for Charlie Woods as the remonstrations continue between Michael Harriman and Sean Thomas, the joint manager of Coventry Sphinx. Let's hope now that the football will do the talking. Charlie Woods towards the halfway line, meeting it in the air is Webster, and handball claims against Jamal Adams. The former Sphinx man had several stints with Coventry Sphinx. His last one not so successful. Failing to score a goal before moving to Rugby Borough. Well, the free kick has been given to Coventry Sphinx, but now Callum Woodward has been called over. Kyle Carey has seemingly said something to the referee, Mr. Donaghy. And it is just a ticking off. Mr. Donaghy, I must say, has been quite fair in terms of comments directed towards him. The decisions don't always go your team's way, and it can leave the players frustrated, but I think Mr. Donaghy trying to alleviate some of the pressure on this game. And the Rushden fans want this game to get started. On a cold night like this, I think everyone could do with getting in the warm. And eventually, Coventry Sphinx will have the free kick about 10 yards into their own turf, which Lewis Guest will take. No punishment for Kyle Carey. Guest to send this one deep into the danger zone. There it goes from the vice-captain. Hayward up for it. It's chested down by Shearer. Chip ball by Woodward. Hayward taking on Webster. And Wakefield is back to goal. Crucially with the ball at his feet. Forced to the edge of the area for Woodward. Slides in on his opposite number 8 in Webster. Keeping it alive for the Sphinx. Hayward couldn't find a red shirt. Ballinger taking it dangerously close to his own touchline, but able to find a friendly face in McNeil, and McNeil's attempted clearance charged down by Hayward, throwing level with their own box to AFC Rushden and Diamonds. And Coventry Sphinx are going to make a change here, and it is Jordan Hayward being replaced by Idris Fasani. So a change in formation perhaps here for Coventry Sphinx. Are they content with the 1-0? Well, like we say, Rushden have not won a league fixture since the 9th of November, and that form has dragged them back into the relegation dogfight, a place that did not want to be after surviving by the skin of their teeth last season. The early season form has ensured that they have a very good chance of staying up with the form of teams below them, such as Grantham, Light, Bedworth and Rugby. Not doing anything to impress on the teams above them. Rushden will be hoping that they can get something out of this game to open up the gap. And Coventry Sphinx also the same. Like we said, if it stays this way, Sphinx go 10 points clear. There's still a lot of football to be played. If Rushden can get the victory, they would go 11 points clear. Throw that line to Ben Heath. Coventry Sphinx have just made their second alteration with Fasani on for Jordan Hayward. Webster off balance, but able to find a friendly face in Adegbola in his own half. Adegbola sliding in, and a late lunge by Shearer. No doubt he was going for the ball, but it was a late slide by the Sphinx number 15. Yellow card. I don't think Shearer can have any complaints. Well, Adegbola left in a heap. He was going at an impressive speed, as was Shearer. I think that Mr. Donaghy has made the correct decision. Adegbola seems to be okay. And the Rushden fans next to me asking for a bit more punishment. I think the yellow was fair. Calvin Green, the Diamonds number 6. Looking to capitalise on that free kick earned by Adegbola. And to bring Sphinx level again. No handball claims there as it hit the underarm of Webster. Green, high cross, maybe not over for Johnson. Well, it is now, just bounced on the line. And Johnson was not going to have the opportunity to bring it down. So coming up to the hour mark here at Hayden Road, home of AFC Rushden and Diamonds, as well as their landlords, Rushden and Higham United. AFC Rushden and Diamonds 0, Coventry Sphinx 1. That's first half goal from Harry Wakefield. The difference between the two sides at the moment. And another update from Ewood Park. It's still Coventry City leading 2-0 at Blackburn. Jamal Adams backing into the defender. It's punted back to the goalkeeper Charlie Wood and taking every exquisite second that he can Before picking it up, Conrad Taylor strolling towards him to force the issue. Fasani volleys it right with power and vigour. Too much for Jack Downs, and Downs catching Aidan Webster as he brought it back. Launched towards the penalty area for AFC Rushden and Diamonds, but Heath, no nonsense goalkeeping. If in doubt, get it out, and it's going to be a throw in around the halfway line for Coventry Sphinx down their right side. And Webster taking a few extra seconds to get back to his feet, worrying the Rushden medical staff, but he appears to be able to shake it off. Draper looking for a red shirt. Return to sender, another throw in, another 10 yards further up. Webster again preventing Sphinx from making inroads. Draper. Webster again up for it. Ballinger. His volley onto the head of his old teammate Fasani. Woodward looking to claim the ball mid-air and nudged off his stride by Tejan Thomas. Now Jamal Adams collects on the right wing. Down line to Adegbola. Skips past Shorrock. Adams making himself available in the area. Adegbola's cross. Chested down by Johnson. Stumbling into the challenge of Burke. And it trickled away from him. Finished Shorrock with the attempted clear, but Rushden not allowing Sphinx out of their own backyard. Shorrock bundled over by Tejan Thomas. Thomas shoulder to shoulder with Idris Hosseini, and Hosseini's done well to edge Thomas out. The cross curls behind the goal. Coventry Sphinx defending for their lives. Charlie Woods once again getting the jeers of the Diamonds faithful behind his goal. It's not going to bother him a jot, and also I don't think that's one word that can be used to define Charlie Woods tonight after that incredible save in the first half. Certainly one to watch on the highlights, which will be available tomorrow evening. Jack Downs flying in with the aerial challenges Blur McNeil, but can go no further. Blocked up by Downs again, and now Kyle Carey got the wrong side of Adegbola. Adegbola forces him down, but the seconds collected by Finley Shorrock. Shorrock across, Wayfield was back to goal. Lays it off for Shearer. Fasani couldn't get the power behind it. Ben Heath with the gather. And Heath quick distribution. Adams being hassled and harried by Burke. Johnson there to pick up the seconds. And now racing down the right-hand side is Jamal Adams. Gets there ahead of Kyle Burke. Burke forcing him into the corner. Will Jamal Adams try and go for the corner kick? He'll try the cross instead. And it's nodded out for the throw-in level with the area by Lewis Guest. Coming up to take it is Blur McNeil. More space on this side of the field next to the penalty area. The Advertising Hordens duck in a little bit. McNeil gets header to Kyle Carey in the edge of his penalty area. Decides against blasting it and tries to play his way out of danger. Rushden and Diamonds bring it back, and the cross going to now for McNeil on the right hand side. Covered up by Wakefield. Now Ballinger, off balance, Ballinger into touch from the cross. And it will be a goal kick for Coventry Sphinx. Sphinx have two changes remaining in Alex Locke and Rowan Newey. Rushden yet to delve into the aces under their sleeve, with Joe Malkin, Fraser Corden, Tarek Dallas, Isaac Olele and Marcel Gasinski all yet to come on. Woods. It's over for Saini's head. Thomas heads it into the chest of Finley Shorrock. Shearer the target on the left-hand side. Return to sender by Adegbola. Carey with the interception. Asking a lot of Jack Downs there, but Downs has got there first. Jack Downs launches it into the area. Too powerful for Harry Wakefield. Collects on this near side by Shearer. Shearer ducking in. Shearer, the far post is Wakefield. It was Jack Downs launching himself towards the far post. Couldn't divert it in. And change is afoot for the Diamonds. At least one of the substitutes being called back from their warm-up. Rushden will have the advantage of fresh legs towards the end. The goal kick from Heath nodded out on that far side by Guest. Well, the Sphinx Army making themselves known in the Peter de Bank Terrace with the Sphinx drum. Sounds like they've got the drummer from Pink Floyd. Thomas. Cleared by Shark and brought to feet by Calvin Green. Unmanned in the centre circle. Adegbola. Got plenty of pace behind him. Adegbola going for glory, and let's just say he didn't find it. First change, and it's the Sphinx old boy, Callum Barringer, replaced by Fraser Corden. And another alteration will be coming up. That's number 16, that's Isaac Ololei. On a 1-month youth loan from Milton Keynes Dons, and that's the end of Ethan Johnston's afternoon. Number 18 on the board. We haven't got a number 18 on the team sheet. I'm going to assume that it's Marcel Gasinski. And indeed it is Marcel Gasinski. And he is replacing Cairo Taylor. So a hat-trick of substitutions for AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Ballinger, Johnston and Taylor off. Corden, Ololei and Gazinski on. A massive roll of the dice for Michael Harriman halfway through this second half. Coventry Sphinx maintain their 1-0 lead. Shearer up for it. Couldn't get the vital contact on the ball, but did outleap Ololei, who's going to be playing down the right side of the front three, it appears. Clear dragging the shirt there by Jamal Adams as Vasani steamed in with a challenge of Vasani on the second challenge. This time on John Thomas, a little too enthusiastic, couldn't slow himself down there, knocking Thomas to the ground. Free kick in a dangerous position, just in from the right-hand side, halfway into Sphinx territory for AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Calvin Green getting his marching orders from the touchline. Towards that far post. And there appears a penalty, and they've got it! And it's a second yellow, is it? That's a yellow card for Harry Wakefield. AFC Rushden and Diamonds have got the penalty. And Charlie Woods is going to have to be a hero again. Well, who wants it? It's Jamal Adams. Formerly of Coventry Sphinx, looking to hit double figures for the season. Hayden Road, full silent, with bated breath and expectation. Jamal Adams to curse his old side. Saved by Charlie Woods! He's doing it again! Is there any beating this goalkeeper? Charlie Woods leaping to the left, denying Jamal Adams. Well, old player syndrome is not striking yet. Green. Towards that far post, and Woods bundled over by Jamal Adams, trying to get a little bit of retribution there, but now just holds his head under his shirt. Well, if I know Jamal Adams, he will be gutted with that. A savable height. Plenty of power behind it, but Charlie Woods guessing right and keeping Sphinx in front. And well, if they're able to hold on to this 3 points, and no doubt about who the man of the match is going to be, Wayfield can make it safe across to Shearer, bundled over in the area. Referee decides against giving the penalty this time. Referee feeling that there was not enough contact for Shearer to hit the ground. You just see the replay on that one. But no one's leaving this one early. 20 minutes to go, still Sphinx lead by 1-0. It's been a hard-fought performance. Rushden throwing everything at Coventry Sphinx. As it stands, they remain unbroken. Draper trying to keep Jamal Adams quiet. Here's Fraser Corden in that pocket on the left-hand side. Calls it into Adegbola, and again, very similar to his first effort. Power aplenty, but accuracy at 0. I think that can be described as a defender's finish. And Jamie Draper, another player up for man of the match, is down in the 16-yard box. And of course, Coventry Sphinx don't have another defensive alteration. The best they can do would probably be to shove Finnish Shark into centre-back. And Draper hobbles back to his feet. And Coventry Sphinx with the ball in their own quarter. Second goal would surely make it safe. And they're not just going to sit back and accept this 1-0 lead. They know they're going to need something more. Here's Jamal Adams now. Has only missed one opportunity to bring Rushden level. Will he waste another? Down the right it goes. Adegbola, challenging from the side by Lewis Guest. Cross-slotted up in the area by Downs. Olele didn't get the contact he wanted on that ball. Gozinski down on the pirouette. And the referee has given a free kick on the fringes of the penalty area. The referee saying that Gozinski doesn't need any treatment, but another set-piece opportunity for Rushden. Well, the Sphinx army at the moment, full of noise, full of enthusiasm. Calvin Green couldn't be any closer to the penalty area if he tried. And he will get everything behind this that he can. Heath and Gozinski lead him to it. Calvin Green with a sizable wall in front of him. Jamal Adams standing over it too. Green's had to wait, but finally he gets his chance to strike it towards Charlie Wood's net. Leaves it for Adams, straight at the feet of the wall. Rushden trying to play a game of chicken with Coventry Sphinx. At the home side left with egg on their face. Laid off with Charlie Green. Olele. Ducking and diving, trying to get past Finley Sharp with a cross collected in the penalty area by Idris Hosseini and Hosseini. Launches it off-field. McNeil had to get there in front of Shearer. Or it was away. Just there was the prize, the ball away from the feet of the speedy Shearer. Olele, the 19-year-old, online from Milton Keynes Dons. Adegbola nearly fell for Olele in the air, but slid away by Callum Woodward. McNeil skies it towards the left-hand side, cushioned down by Adams. Gazinski. Curled in by Jamal Adams and out by the head of Callum Woodward. Everything but the kitchen sink is flying at Spinks' back line. Wakefield collects. Now it's with Finley Shorrock. Gets distance between himself and the goal. But headed on again by Calvin Green. And the second launched out with a head from Callum Woodward. And Adeg Bowler unhappy that Mr. Donaghy has asked for the throw to be retaken. It looks like Alex Locke is getting ready for Coventry Sphinx. And the right back told in no uncertain terms, halfway line at best. David Adegbola on the right wing for AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Fasani wins that aerial battle and cleared into Rushden territory. Green safely back with Heath. Not been the busiest of nights for Heath, but he still finds himself behind. Handball claims as Woodward hit into the back of Tejan Thomas. The referee's got that one right. Calvin Green off balance. Fires it as far as Kyle Burke at centre back for Coventry Sphinx. Shearer up for it. The last touch coming off David Adegbola. 14 left at Hayden Road. AFC Rushden and Diamonds 0. Coventry Sphinx 1. Throw comes to nothing. It's an easy clearance for Charlie Green into the centre circle. Draper is headed towards Shorrock. Flies over the head of Adegbola. Wakefield's onside down the left-hand side, looking to cut in. Some help from Finley Shorrock. Surely gets the free kick and does. The one challenge from the right back Adegbola. Took him into a second from the teenage MK Dons loanee Isaac Olalei. Left side of the box, Coventry Sphinx have a set piece. Callum Woodward can help make this game a little safer. Referee feels there's a bit too much pushing and pulling within the confines of the 16-yard box. And halts play. Now Woodward in. And it's gone away! What a way to score your first goal of the season! Callum Woodward off the mark at last, and how? Woodward padlocks the points at Hayden Road. Floated in from the left. Ben Heath stayed rooted to his line, but could only watch as it flew past his left side and nestled behind him. Callum Woodward. Deep into January, who would have known it would take this long to score his first goal of the season, but oh boy, how welcome it is. AFC Rushden and Diamonds 0, Coventry Sphinx 2. And Coventry Sphinx have made a substitution. Alex Locke is on for the Sky Blue and White, and I believe it's Kyle Carey who's been withdrawn. And the Sphinx army in full voice. If Rushden can get one back quickly, they can halve the deficit and steal the momentum. The cross headed away by Lewis Guest. And now everyone is going to be forming a wall in front of Charlie Wood's penalty area. For what would be a third win in 4. Thomas. Adegbola. Thomas trapped in the corner. The best he can get is a throw. Challenge from behind by Finley Shorrock. Well, when the Sphinx go marching on, rigging around Hayden Road. McNeil can help silence the Sphinx faithful. Line across, and somehow the strike from Olalei is deflected wide. A sea of bodies in the way. Was it Woodward again? It was. Scoring a goal and saving a goal. Woody's having a fantastic few minutes. There'll be a corner now from Calvin Green. High one from Green towards that far post. They tried to crowd out Charlie Woods. They failed. Brought down safely from the former Alf Church keeper. Brought in from the church in October. And has got to be the signing of the season for the Sky Blue and Whites. This lad has been absolutely impenetrable recently. The kick brought down by Thomas and the facade. He took a whack on the chin there from Tejan Thomas from a flailing arm. Referee says nothing doing. Olale. Now Adegbola. On the right touchline. The ball down the touchline. I've looked it out of Alex Locke from Olale. Taken quickly by Adegbola. Webster. David Adegbola, we're going to cut in from the right. He's not been successful with that move so far. Lays it off to Webster. Volleyed into safety by Jack Downs down the centre of the park. Thomas pirouettes away from Wakefield, just shy of the halfway line. Swats Adegbola in a bit more free air on the right. Curls in the cross. And Woods not with the most competent of punches, but a great save from Gazinski from the seconds. He's ready for everything, but he wasn't ready for that. Whipped it again from the left, and Rushden back in it through Hayden Webster. Heading it down right at the feet of Charlie Woods. Just when Coventry Sphinx thought the points were safe, Rushden have woken up. Now, for the next 7.5 minutes, it's going to be one of them training exercises where you keep the ball away from your opponent as long as you can. It's going to be an 8-minute game of El Rondo. Or keep away if you remember it from the school playground. Woodward. Deflected off the heels of Green. Fasani onto it. Try to lay it off to Locke on the left-hand side, away from the Rushden back line. Downs attempting to play Locke in again, and this time Olale shepherds it into touch. It hasn't always been the most eventful of evenings at Hayden Road, but the talking points have been spectacular. Guest heads away from Adams. Tangle of legs with Olale and Finley Shorrock. Free kick to Coventry Sphinx. 7 minutes of normal time to go. The Sphinx have put their heart and soul into this performance. The defending, for the most part, has been fantastic. Wakefield told to cut in down the left-hand side with this free kick. And it is Guest down the left, looking for Fasani. Turned back where it came from by Olale. Guest drills it on again to Fasani. Locke couldn't get there, blasted out by Charlie Green. More precious seconds ticking away. Shorrock looks for Locke in the corner. Sent high into the sky by Adegbola. Wakefield tries to bring it down. Adegbola again is there to pick up the pieces. Corden. Here's Calvin Green. High one down the left, headed on by Gazinski. Burke blasts it down the right on the interception. Shearer's kept it in. Luke Shearer, Wayfield's up with him. Shearer looking for the crossing option, or is he going to go alone? Tries to pull it back, stopped by Green. And now Gazinski on the counter-attack. Adams the target. No nonsense defending from Draper. Clears as far as Calvin Green. Now Webster. The score of Rushden's goals has brought them right back into play. Thomas. Now Webster. Green. And here's Charlie Green, and Rushden are going to reset. Anik Bowler, he's got Lock for company. Seal dribbles it there, bringing it down on his chest. Charlie Green again. Here's Tejan Thomas. Rushden struggling to get out of the midfield third. Anik Bowler the target, couldn't control. Lock clears as far as Charlie Green. Corden bundled over from behind. The hand in the back from Jack Downs. Free kick, Rushden, with just under 5 to go. Sphinx do have one last change they can make in Rowan Nui, but being a diminutive, speedy winger, I don't think he's going to be drafted in at the expense of any of these Sphinx players who have given everything tonight. Green looking to prize away all 3 points from Coventry Sphinx. Vasani up for it. Onto the edge of the area for Woodward. Calvin Green. Oh, and smacked in the face there was Finley Shorrock. And the referee has immediately started 2 players going down with head injuries. Well, the first one was unquestionable. Finley Shorrock caught right between the eyes by a powerful punt. The second one was it Callum Woodward who went down for that one. And it will be a drop ball. Physio called into action. Just over 3 left at Hayden Road. And they're into added minutes at Ewood Park as Coventry City remain 2 up at Blackburn Rovers. It looks like another successful outing for Frank Lampard and his Sky Blues. Should improve on the already more impressive league standing at the moment. So City were 14th heading into that one. Oh, Rushden are bringing everything out there. They've got the guard dogs coming at Coventry Sphinx. Well, Shorrock is taking a good old while here. He's obviously an injury like that, they have to go through the concussion protocol. The referee indicating that he is going to have this time on. Just checking the Coventry City league table. I believe at the moment, City could go as high as 12th with that victory. Sphinx would have been dreaming of going above Rushden in the table, but at the moment it's looking a little less certain. With 2 minutes of normal time left, referee just double checking that Shorrock is okay to continue. It will be a drop ball, which Coventry Sphinx, I believe, will have control of. We're being told 5 minutes of added time, plus being told 4 remaining, but on my watch, we've got about 90 seconds of normal time left. So we're told to expect all in another 9 minutes. And it is going to be a Sphinx ball. Eventually it is dropped at the feet of Charlie Woods. Shorrock given the go-ahead to re-enter the field of play. Woods rolls it onto the deck, and now Jamal Adams giving him the hurry-up. It's towards Wakefield. One in the air by Green. Vasani asking a little too much of Alex Locke. So it rolls over, sorry, flies over the back line and rolls back to Heath. And here is Calvin Green asking, where are my options? Where's the movement? Great movement from Draper to get under that one. Heading as far as Gasinski. Fraser Corden avoids the glances of Wakefield. McNeil. And taking that one too close to Jack Downs, who sticks his laces through it. Here's Charlie Green. Adegbola thinks it through. Finish Shark deals with that one, sticks it through the two greens at centre back to Ben Heath. Green. Again going long. Again Sphinx returning to sender. And now Luke Shearer. Green was off balance and out of position. Shearer's beyond the last defender, but towards the right side, tries to pull it back for Wakefield. And Charlie Green had no choice. He had to put it out for a corner right in front of his own goal. If he flopped his lines there, Wakefield had a tap in. Well, Calvin Green has been so reliable all day. It's one of his less impressive moments. He's making his 29th appearance of the season, the joint record this term, along with goalkeeper Ben Heath. Sphinx given the hurry up from the corner, which Callum Woodward is going to take, and Rowan Nui is going to be coming on. It's taken short by Woodward. Wakefield. They're going to keep it in the corner here for as long as they can. Woodward tries the cross. Calvin Green's header away. Woodward puts it back in. It's in front of Locke. Clears as far as Jack Downs. And now Adegbola. Plenty of power behind that clearance. And Olale just shy of tipping it away from Guest. Guest onto the shoulder of Adegbola. Thomas. Fraser Corden driving at the Sphinx net. Corden, everyone back for Coventry Sphinx. Still Fraser Corden. Look at this. Sipped it through for Tejan Thomas, but just stopped in time by Jack Downs. And the added time confirmed, 5 minutes. But according to our watch, we've been in added time for the last 90 seconds, so they've got just over 3 minutes to go. And the corner. Ben Heath's cross diverted out of, I think, Callum Woodward, making the vital block. And the Rushden fans try to sing their boys home. Well, if Sphinx do leave with just a point, they probably would have taken it before kick-off. They certainly don't want to take it now. Gazinski. Burke gets his bonce on that one. Corden nods it back into the danger zone. Guest is up for it. Vasani's under it. Locke, no distance on that one. Appeals for a free kick and they've got it. Yellow card for Idris Vasani. Charlie Green, I believe, caught in the head in the centre circle on the edge of the area. They couldn't have asked for a better shooting position. In fact, it was Ben Heath who's gone down. So Ben Heath, what am I talking about? It was Hayden Webster. It's been a long night, folks. Did I tell you he's changed shirts with Hayden Webster? Again, Green has the chance to propel Rushden to a point. Or is he going to leave it for Gazinski? I believe he is. Sphinx again, putting everyone in front of the ball. It's Green, just wide. When it beat the wall, everyone at Hayden Road held their breath. But crucially for the Sphinx, it bounced past the post. And Sphinx want to make the change. Rowan Nui, he drafted on. You assume it's going to be an attacking swap. Someone like Harry Wakefield or Shearer. And it is going to be number 40. Fasani's coming off. Sub for sub. Not very often you see that. Well, surprising withdrawal there for Coventry Sphinx, and Fasani's not happy about it. But Sean Thomas is, I think he's just telling Fasani, we're just trying to tick the clock down here. Nothing against you. Game comes first. And Woods kick straight into the home dugout. Taken quickly by Adegbola. Guest. Nods it away from the head of Adams. Short goes down. No foul given. There's a foul given that time. Rowan Nui dragging down Adibola by his shoulder. And this will surely be the last chance. According to my watch, this is the end of the 5 minutes. Heath staying back. Everyone else is in and around that penalty area. Calvin Green. Shorrock, no nonsense defending, hooks it away. Adibola heads it back towards the danger zone. And that's not coming back from Jack Downs. Into the Diamonds faithful in Rushden's own half. The sweet sound of the whistle is oh so close for Sphinx. McNeil looks for an option up line. Plenty of distance on that. It's towards Adams. Throw in to AFC Rushden and Diamonds, challenged in by, I believe, Jamie Draper from the throw. McNeil. Now Gasinski cutting in from the left. Still going Gasinski, swinging a miss from Green. Well, you'd call that defender's finish, but he couldn't even finish it. But awkward bounce on the edge of the area. Jamal Adams, yes! Takes down Fraser Corden in the process. Referee says no, and Thomas tries to control on the near touchline. Couldn't keep it the right side. And that will surely be that. Sean Thomas shouting at the referee, how long are you playing? Coming to the end of a 7th minute of added time. Shorrock. Nui's header onto the head of Locke. Adibola throws it towards Adams again. Guest up for it. Downs. Nui. Another check of the watch from the referee. Wakefield not with the clears of contact. But Coventry Sphinx with a clean breaker, Hayden Road, and look what it means. A backs to the wall job if ever I've seen one. AFC Rushden and Diamonds launched everything at the Coventry Sphinx defence, but two things stopped them. The heart and determination of the defenders, and that man in yellow, Charlie Woods. Several fantastic saves, none more so important than the penalty. He will get the plaudits, and rightly so, in a man of the match display. But the other 10 men played their parts to perfection. It may well be harsh on AFC Rushden and Diamonds, but football isn't always fair, and Sphinx will gladly take the 3 points to go 10 clear. Final score in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. AFC Rushden and Diamonds 1, Coventry Sphinx 2.